you're not one of them. Regardless, you would do well not to invite my mistrust on our journey.
Might we remove this hindrance somehow?
If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aim. I would gladly be of aid, Arisen.
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen.
An Arisen?
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but...
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. If the claim is false, we will... All's been arranged. Come.
This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other.
Capable comrades are a boon indeed. Right you are.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we...
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
This seems a decent spot for a campsite.
Surely a rest can wait till after we've examined our surroundings.
Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragons.
A profitable endeavor.
Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes.
We've got goblins!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
Outstanding!
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I've a knack for combining materials that I hope you'll find useful. I'll craft aught I can using what's in my pack.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics. Should you wish to pick your foes off from afar, you need look no further than an archer such as I. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
By your command, Viridian.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
What's this? We're trapped. Fie! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
Where's the Cyclops, Master? We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. I sustain this yours.
The power of such a torrent is not to be underestimated. How do we find a way to use it?
It's not how we use this, but when. I imagine it would be most beneficial in the world.
I had taken you for another, yet the value you showed, give it to one of the sentinels. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch. Of course, if you'd rather continue.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige. Stay with me, Arisen. Wait a moment.
Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
We've got goblins! Excellent. I could have done no better.
The battle continues.
Well said. Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes.
Impeccable!
Seems we drove them off. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right? Into the ox.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road.
I was informed of your coming, would be Arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Though I admit I had my doubts at first.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved.
As decreed by the great will of our world, that Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, it follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my if the Queen Regent had learned of your existence. I fear your life. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. then you have truly lost your memory? In that you, and no other, are the sovereign. The only legit. Some days passed. You confronted the dragon in the village of the people rejoiced. For our yet, not all celebrate. Your rival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your... However, with your Majesty returned, I have no... I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem... In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if...
Aha! There you...
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till...
Fine wares all.
Your Majesty, your time in... 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. As I informed you, should Disa denounce your majesty as a false arisen. Yet if we are to prove your identity, it was delayed so that the sovereign, the central players in the court ought all be in attendance. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem. Only select members of the nobility and citizens. If your majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your call? I thank you, your majesty. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. Next is Half Village. Finally, there is a corpus.
We have been charged with...
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your majesty's claim, you will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels for now. Though, would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, your majesty? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldor amend the code of Vermont and many a time has the magistrate refused her. For he is loyal to none but the spirit. Our laws dictate that your majesty is out thus. As the staunchest supporter of the law, what say you? Might you be willing to aid me in I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Over here, if you would.
Tell is, Vermont was once a bee-strewn kingdom.
Truly?
Indeed, though it is not widely known among the common folk.
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles.
To try to enjoy life where and when I can.
Where to now?
Isn't there anything to do?
Been waiting on us before.
Still a while to go before my shift's over.
Wonder if it's
Too early for dinner.
What should I do?
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortunes... Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind... Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance, you see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand, Malcolm his name is. He's a steady lad. This building's very old. It could be that... Might I impose on you to search...
What we need now is information. The question is, where to find it.
You have my support.
Let me get that.
Over here, if you please.
Wickedness has no hold.
Allow me to lead the way. I should like to put my knowledge to good use.
Guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away from making some big
Will this take long? I've ought to be doing.
Malcolm? All he's don't know why he bothered.
Time to be heading. Is it true you're the Arisen? Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being the Arisen. Oh, and just be sure you play your part well. Whatever, the fellow Drake or two, and I reckon you'll earn the people's faith.
Where could Malcolm have... Perhaps you could try asking the other children. I haven't been able to get much out of them myself. Was I lacking in devotion?
I wonder what it was Malcolm...
Might I beg but a moment of your time? What teachings myself?
Is Malcolm all? We were supposed to go exploring together. Why, I wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to...
Making our report ought to be our next priority. Vault say, let us inform Sir Kendrick of what we've learned. I take it you've some business with this person. Then pray, follow me.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
We're acting so
I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest. And sets my thoughts down dark paths.
Ah, but you mentioned rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment. Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to look there, a hole. Could he? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. Let us make haste.
Pick up every little thing you find and your pack will soon outweigh you. Well, I know it, yet I cannot seem to resist.
Ah, yes. That sounds familiar. We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
I sustain with your healing. Curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude.
Sir Kendrick? You'll never believe what I've found. Books, sir. Books, books.
Truly, perhaps we ought to take a look.
Let us endeavor to keep pace with our guide.
Right you are.
heavens above!
Isn't it amazing?
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is why I've ne'er seen so many books. This, might I ask that you not share the exist... We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy. Someone... As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place.
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secret.
It near boggles the mind that so impressive an archive slumbered here. 'Tis surely any scholar's dream.
Right you are.
We ought to keep watch, lest we be set upon from behind.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
Invited yourself into...
Then I shall remain by your side.
You have no need of my assistance at present, but I shall be ready to render aid at a moment's notice.
The monster's really scary.
So tired. I barely the vim to tie my boots.
Little happiness is all I ask of life.
Could use it for fun to brighten my day.
I can't wait to see what the day holds.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
You ought to put it to good use.
What about it? Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour. Much obliged. I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life. fear no wisdom to offer. Bunch of fellows, look.
A chest. I'll examine its contents, shall I?
Points no good if you work so well met.
There's a chest. I shall take a look inside.
So tired. I barely the bin to tie my boots.
Little enough gold to spend as 'tis. It's nice to see everyone out and about.
Well met, sir. Always sets me to thinking.